Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, welcome everybody to Choey and Jandler's The Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Choey.
Welcome, Jandler.
And we'll all welcome our new friend, the Dude.
The Dude.
What's up, guys? Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, we pop tops if you feel like it, you know. We promote funny drinking stories, we promote funny teaching stories, and then drinking worldwide, right?
All great things.
Yeah, he's sitting there now. Hey, real quick, Choey, I was listening to the last episode.
Mhm.
You act like you were asleep last time. Have you
What?
heard yourself? You were just like, you're like, eh. There was no personality. There was no pizzazz in you, man.
I don't even remember doing the last one, honestly.
Feel like I was drunk
How's
the whole
that for an
time.
introduction? He's just like, hey, man, you weren't very good last time. Let's step it up this time.
Oh, like I forgot to do this. This is for everybody.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah.
Hey, cheers.
We do that. We've been told that we got the best opening because of that. Just so you know. Just so you know. All right. I'm going to go ahead and here's our little holiday lead-in.
Here are today's effing holidays.
All right. Today is August 2nd. Right? Oh, I forgot to look up the weather. We have to do that together.
Today's July 27th, bro.
No. This episode goes out August 2nd. So it's August 2nd, dude. August 2nd is National Water Balloon Day. So fill them up and let them fly. Today is the day water balloons color the sky. So that's right before you two go back to work. It's also National Coloring Book Day. Coloring is no longer just for kids, so break out those coloring books.
Boy.
And did you know today's, last but not least, August 2nd is International Beer Day? So,
no, that's a good one.
It is a good one.
That should be like our annual. We should even just give a shout out for that one like all the time, so, especially with our intro or with our theme song.
August 6th. That kind of leads into I like to come up with what am I doing? Always new things for season 3 is just around the corner technically, right?
Yeah.
We've been doing TripAdvisor, Choey.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking about trying to find the countries that are listening to us, like their top beers, and that would be the next TripAdvisor is just touring the beer. It would be awesome to do like a beer taste test,
That's what I was thinking. Is like do like a one episode where let's see if we can make it to the end, having a little bit, at least a half of one for everybody that listens.
I think it'll
end up being like the first episode where we're all.
I think the challenge of that though is getting the beer, like getting those beers in that country. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
It's like if it's not Miller Lite, okay, we can get Miller Lite, we can get Heineken, we can get Corona, things like that. But there's other beers you're like, I don't know how to get that,
I think like we gotta just go on those fancy pants at like Specs or something like that, where they got like all the craziness.
We'll put that in our feather in the cap or something. What I loved your idea. He wants to do like a road episode where we're like traveling, dude, and I love it. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it, like how to record it, So he comes up with it. What's crazy, and I'll let him explain this. This podcast was his idea, right? But I'm the one that's kind of like taking the reins and stuff. He just throws out ideas, and I'm trying to figure out like how to do it, or vice versa.
Did you know that August 2nd is actually also International Beer Day?
It is International Beer Day.
Yeah. Speaking of beers, I love how sometimes the talking points just work themselves out. That's perfect. So cheers to you two.
Oh, I thought you hadn't. I thought he was coming up. Maybe we could go to the Flying Saucer. Maybe they know. Maybe they have somebody.
Maybe. I've been there forever though.
Can you believe that place is still open, man?
Yeah, we went there a couple weeks ago. It's pretty good.
The only reason I don't go out there is I think it's even further for him. And it's just like, just kind of out in the middle of nowhere for me. Well, not middle of nowhere, but it's just out of my way. But the weather, it's 82 degrees right now. By the way, the dude has the same app as I do, Choey. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
the WTF.
I downloaded it. I just never referenced it.
But this weather is just about as nasty as someone microwaving tuna in their friggin' office break room. Speaking of, you talk about segue. Speaking of office, Choey, you want to tell them about your stress last season? Or last school year?
You talking about the watch?
Uh-uh. Yeah, the toilet wash. Yeah.
Yeah, just like so, like like and Jandler took it with like a whole like running theme of I didn't realize like I opened up a can of worms with him. He sits there and took it like for the whole season. It was like a running theme, like a little running joke that he would reference every once in a while. He even made a commercial about it.
Yeah.
Um, so I work in an office with like give or take 12, 15 women, and there it's situated in an old building that used to be like an old pre-K or an old kindergarten wing. So there's four classrooms that were converted into office spaces, and then the classrooms, each classroom shared a restroom outside the hallway. Well, one's like low. One is when it says women, the other one says unisex. But essentially, it's like the unofficial man's restroom. And I don't know because I've never gone in the girls, but I feel like they only go and take a deuce over in the guys just to blame it on me, just in case like it's like one of those like it smells. And so like it never failed. It seemed like at least if not every day, at least 3 out of the 5 days every week, like I would walk in at some point to use the restroom and like it just somebody dropped a deuce like in their restroom, and it's just like, dude, like not only does it gross because it just stinks, it's just like one of those like you're trying to blame that on me,
I told,
and so I'm
I
like,
told him
dude, like,
you should have like put it like I don't know, brought scented candles and just put them on somebody's desk and with a note. Somebody do something
well, it's
about
like I
this or
told
whatever.
you, like there's spray in there, so it's not like they don't have something where they can't mask the odor.
So,
Like you just walk in, and you're like, oh, geez. And so like there were some days where it got to the point where it's so gross. I want to go use the restroom in another building. I'm not even using here.
a friend
You
of
would
mine.
think that
Oh,
guys' bathrooms are often worse than women's bathrooms, but I used to work service industry, and I can tell you from experience in cleaning many bathrooms that the women's bathrooms are always worse than the guys.
shoot, I told him the same thing when I worked at Walmart many years ago. Same thing, man. Like I would see stuff on the wall, and I'm like, how do you get that on the wall? You know, like, but
They give it a shot, man. Fire away.
Yeah, some of the things I've seen, it takes some effort, some like some focused effort to make that mess happen. You're like, who came in here and thought this would be a good idea?
yeah. So I was gonna say, I got a friend of mine when I used to be in the Navy, right? We call him Gandalf the White. He misheard it, and he's been calling himself White Gandalf because he listens to us. It oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. No, I know what it is. I'm sorry. So one of the times, Choey was talking about, I think it was your last day of school, and you were kind of railing about how they came in and they went to the bathroom like at 8:30, and you're like, they purposely went at work. They didn't go
Yeah,
home.
it was like
But
I had it.
but
Yeah,
but he
right
was
on.
laughing at that. He thought it was hilarious how you said it. It's just like,
It's just gross. Like you hold it like, and it wasn't like a small one either. Like it was. They there was even I forgot to tell you like 2 weeks ago. There was the stuff was still in the toilet.
oh, that's right. You're still doing. What do you mean? It wasn't flushed from a month ago or what?
Yes. Like I don't know if I don't know if it just like not everything went down or they didn't even push flush, but there was stuff still there,
But
and I
like
was like, God
from
dang.
like you talking about from June or just it just didn't go down.
No, it just did. Well, I hope. Well, no, it had to be like from that day because I'd gone. I mean, it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Hey, real quick, you go ahead. I know both of y'all were talking earlier. Y'all get ready both to go to school, right?
Yeah.
Y'all get ready to start. We getting have you done the what do you call it? The first week back with the teachers, y'all call it in service or retreat and all that? Like y'all already did that?
Yeah. In service, we haven't done it yet. Ours is only gonna be 2 days this year, though.
Okay. Because I know I have retreat Thursday. And then I still have another week after that. And I'll be slowly going in. I like to kind of get little stuff here and there done. But now we don't have to go back to the 12th. But when you get out, dude, do you know when you end? I think that's our time. Do you get extra breaks? Do you get like a longer?
We finished pretty early. Like
You're starting earlier.
we finish in May.
Oh, you're going back. Okay, I thought you were ending in June 6th or something. Okay.
Oh no. We go. Yeah, we end in May. We go back August 6th. Yeah.
And then you, Choey, when do y'all end? Do you know?
I guess we end the day before you because we're going August 5th to June 5th. So
Okay. Kids are in the 5th, right?
kids in the 5th, yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah, I think we still have a day after that. But I know that my district, they're trying to the next couple of years start a little bit earlier, so we can end. I think 2 years. The plan is to end before Memorial Day. Like that's the goal of the schedule. I guess everything's kind of shifting that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's always kind of the marker. My last district would have us come back for like the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday after that holiday, and it's like you're not getting anything done those days. It's just like to count up your minutes and sign off, and make sure the kids are in the rooms for however many minutes they need to be in there. But you're not getting anything done that last 3 days.
Well, this man knows. He's admin. Like he knows it all about how that
Yeah.
what do you call it? Paperwork, pencil pushing stuff.
All that and then just teachers packing up rooms and having kids help out. That's all it ever ends up being.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I only got a couple. I got a couple headlines, and I'll turn it over to him. He said he had something to share with us. The dude said he's been taking some classes. So, all right,
Sweet.
man. Quick little.
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Jandler's headlines. Yay! Hooray!
I don't have much headlines, but I wrote on my notes so you could laugh at me, Joseph. I've been doing a lot of AI training. I'm taking like
Yeah.
3 AI training courses. I'm over here trying to befriend Skynet before it takes over. So the Skynet knows who I am.
That's not a joke. That's not even a joke. Like I sit there and I'll say some stuff, or like people at work, they're like stupid ass computers, and I'm like, hey, y'all need to calm down with it. Like when they take over, I like anytime the computer don't work, the printer don't work, I'm like, come on, buddy, I got you. You can do it. What do I need to do to help? And they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, have you not watched all the movies? Depending upon what movie, and depending upon what movie you're at, like you watch. Like I think, like we're only a few years away for some of them Terminator things. So just
we
saying.
still don't have the Back to the Future hoverboard, so
I know.
So we can probably pump the brakes a little bit, But no, I learned really a lot of good things on Magic School AI. But like there's like I think like if a parent like you can kind of type into it what you want to email back to a parent, and it'll like make it professional, so you're not like cussing them out because maybe they hit a nerve and piss you off. But there's another thing called like the TEACS breakdown. So like we do all for the standards.
Yeah.
So we have to break it down, even though the district did it. And so like you can kind of put it in there, and I guess it's supposed to help out a little bit. I haven't played around with it. There's a lot of stuff I need to do, but I'm slowly getting back into that school mode. Oh, I thought you were saying something, Joey. Did I cut you off?
Is the Magic School AI free?
Yeah, so it's free, but there's certain things you got to pay for. But what and it's like $8 a month. But what I need to try, because they were saying, I gotta figure out where it is on that website again. But you take some training. If you get I think if you take 2 or 3 of the trainings, you get free access, right? But most of the stuff you need to do, you don't have to pay for. Like it's cool. But no, I recommend like Magic School AI, Con Mingo. Those are some things I co-pilot. Some things I've been messing around with this summer. But no, man, it makes it sound like it's gonna be a little bit easier. So, and then I got to deal with it a little bit differently than you guys, because the dudes we got juniors again. I forget. Sophomores. So I got 7, 8-year-olds. So I don't want to give them too much. The AI is for me. Not for them. It's for me. But
yeah, where do you stand on AI in the classroom? How do you feel about your kids using AI to generate their products?
I don't like it for my kids because they're too young. Like I said, they're just too young. But the older kids, I mean, because I'm worried. Actually, I guess you'd be worried no matter what. But if they're older, I feel like they could get involved in too much. Maybe they go down the wrong rabbit hole. With my younger kids, it's very limited. It's mostly AI. We did a thing on Canva last year where they had Magic. I showed them how to generate photos with Magic AI. That's the only thing I was showing them. But then I was like, still having to tell them it's got to be appropriate. I'm watching you do it. But because these kids. But there was something on Magic AI, and I forget. I have to look there. There's like 60 plus little apps or whatever, right? There was one of them that you can do to like it how to say it? Like it prevents students from just going and using AI to generate their answers. You know what I mean? So like it like kind of makes it they can't do that. Um, Same thing for Edpuzzle. I went to Edpuzzle training too, and I'm gonna use that a lot more this year. So, but there's no, I love AI, man. I love the computer. I gotta trust my kids, or I gotta minimize. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's ways it can be used. Like I mentioned earlier, like I've been working on this GT summer course here, and like how to make lessons more in depth and more diverse for advanced learners. And I think AI provides a lot of opportunities for doing that, for deepening lessons, and for having better learning experiences, especially if like you can maybe frame it in a way to where it's like, sure, well, this was generated, artificially, but maybe like we're going to take a look at what was generated, maybe try to figure out why like AI created it this way, or like how it got to this conclusion, versus just saying, hey, here's like my prompt and I'm going to type it in, I'm going to turn it in. Because I mean, if you're having AI generate your final product, but you're not actually doing anything and like reflecting on how that final product got to be there, like what good is it really doing for your kids other than maybe showing a model of what it could look like? But I don't know. AI to me, like in my classroom, it's real easy to identify, because it's like the products are almost like too perfect. So it's like,
you gotta tell Choey again what you teach.
World history.
World history.
Yeah.
Choey used to teach gym. Now he's an admin guy. Now he's the boss.
Special ed too. It's special ed too.
Yeah, well, that's just your designation. It doesn't mean you teach it.
Okay.
Did you
well,
mention
you do a
earlier
lot, man. You got Mac GT. You got what? Energy technology still?
Me?
Yeah.
Instructional tech, GT, and the bilingual program.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about AI in the classroom?
I mean, I like it. One of the things I kind of was doing a little bit of research because I teach over at Alamo colleges, like doing certification stuff for like educator prep program stuff. And so, like, one of the things I was teaching my people just like last month was all these ways you can incorporate it and use it, especially if you have kids that have like writer's block. And say, hey, generate some stems, generate this, do this, and then paraphrase it, put in your own words. And so a lot of times you can have those kids use those little tools as ways to kind of see more of an exemplar of what they should be putting in and stuff, and like getting it rolling, but also kind of teach them understand like, hey man, like at some point you have to do the work yourself. So if you like yeah, you can sit there and use it to get you by, but eventually it's going to catch up to you, and hopefully you don't get caught cheating, because then you're kind of screwed. So
yeah, it's kind of similar how I kind of feel about it too. But it's like any new technology, right? I mean, it's coming down, so we have to figure out. We can't just block it all and be like, well, we're never going to use it, or we can't admit that it's there, acknowledge that it's there. Like it's like all new things. Like it's gonna be more prevalent and more present in students' lives. So it's like, how do we utilize that and make it a learning experience and use it for the best? I think.
Well, I think some of the trainings I've gone to, I forget what the ratio is, but basically, like you said earlier, you don't just type it in and say, "Oh, hey, this is it." Like you kind of keep using prompts, try to refine it, and then you use that as like a guideline,
Mm.
so it's partly you, not just the computer or whatever. But
it's always so easy to identify. Like it cracks me up. I'll have this beautifully eloquent response that's typed up and turned in, and I'll call my student up to the desk and I'll be like, "Hey, this was like probably better than I could have written this essay, but I just had a question. Like, what does this word mean right here?" It's like some highfalutin, And they're like, I'm like, right, yeah, you wrote this, huh?
They didn't learn how to paraphrase well enough back in the day. That's what I used to do a lot. Like you find stuff online, even without AI, right? I used to do that in college, and then I'm like, let me change some of these words somehow, so that it sounds more like me or whatever. But
one of the crazy things is if you don't go through there and proofread it too, and that's what I was telling some people, like these kids sometimes they'll do it and they won't proofread it. You go through there and like, you have like mistakes and like they'll have like contradictory statements. So it'll say like, "Hey, it's for this," but then it'll come back and say the reasons against it at the same time. I used it because I was like, I wonder if it'll help me out and write like because like lately a couple of teachers have been like, "Hey, I want to go to a master's program. You write me a recommendation letter." So I'm like, "Sure." So I used ChatGPT to generate one, and it came out and it was really good, but I thought I gave it the right parameters, so I said, hey, give me a recommendation letter for Mrs. So and so, and all I used was her last name and said that highlight this, this, and this about their teaching skills. And ChatGPT generated a first name for her. And if I hadn't
Yeah,
have done it, yeah,
like
they'd have
made
been
it
like,
up.
who's, yeah, it would have been like Steve Bing, and you're like, that's not Steve. Bing's name is not Steve. Where are you getting it? And it was a great. Well, most of everything else in the letter was great, but it was, I'm like, where did you get this name? Because it used it 3 different times.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, so hey, Choey knows what we're doing, dude. We're taking a break, right? But we're not leaving, right? We're just gonna take a quick break. It's just like a little pause hey, for when I edit, all right? And then we'll come back, and then you said you got some stuff, right? Because you went to a CDL course and whatnot. You got some stuff to share, right?
We can talk about CDL course if you want to.
You told me you had material. That's what you told me.
Oh, I'm just here for the conversation, my man. So if
All
you
right.
want to
Well,
talk about CDL class, we can talk about CDL class. But yeah,
we'll bring up summertime stuff then or whatever. So let me find my sounds. All right, you ready? So we're doing our little intro back, and then our awesome cheers song, which I'll explain in a second. There, Choey. All right.
We say pros, gun, bay, cheers, mate, and cheers, mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's all santé, other times it's cheers, and you felt the pose. We also say saw, they salute, time, gay, skull. Now in Vietnam we can say yo. That's how Choey and Jandler cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Different languages, same sentiment. Raising our glasses to friendship and joy. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world.
All right. So Choey, the great people at Suno the website. I've been contacting them trying to figure out how to edit that song with the new Italian salute, right?
Yeah.
And they told me how. I just I don't know. I guess I'm not doing it correctly. But the hope is, I got that new song that I still like the new version, but I'd love to keep the original version, because that'd be our thing. But so we'll see, Hopefully I can figure out how to edit that. Actually, I've edited it, saved the lyrics, but I haven't figured out how to regenerate as well.
Gotcha.
But that was just something I wanted to, I want to share. I was talking with them, and they've been pretty cool, man. They've been hitting me back. But all right, dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this over to you for a second. All right. Since you're a coach, a little coach whistle. All right. Anything? What do you want to tell us you were doing, man?
well, first off, I want to ask about, since the theme of this episode seems to be AI, is that an AI generated theme song you got there?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing the things that you can do nowadays, dude. So I have some friends that have been doing AI generated country songs, and they post every week. They do another one. They've done 30 of them, and slightly changed the parameters.
I do that all the time too, man.
You do? I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that was a thing. And being a musician, that's pretty awesome.
I like to take songs that aren't country. I take a lot of stuff from the '90s and just make them country and see how it sounds, So I'm calling it a cover, but some people don't like it because it doesn't sound like the original. I'm like, it's just different, But no, I think it was his idea. He's like, we need a theme song. He used to joke all the time, right? And because we would say, because we got people, we do our little cheers to Germany, South Korea, Barbados. I'm gonna forget all of them, and so on. And one day I used ChatGPT and generated the words, right, the lyrics, and then I was trying to find a website that could make the music, and I stumbled across them, and it's been awesome, man. So I use it all the time.
I'm starting
All
to
the
think about maybe doing something like that for my individual classes. When they walk in, their theme song is playing for their class.
Yeah.
Maybe they upset me the day before, and I could be like, you guys really upset me, and like whatever, and like have some reasons and have some names and like put it into a song, and I think that'd be funny.
Because I was thinking about it would. I was
Class
thinking about
theme songs.
I was thinking about using it this year. Like if I'm teaching like a math skill or map skill, whatever, right? Just kind of using something. Because a lot of times we find stuff on YouTube, but like it's just like he was saying earlier with Chat GPT. So you kind of go in there and you say, "Hey," because you can do one where you custom and the lyrics are there, and you tell them, "Hey, make it like I want this kind of instruments, this kind of music sound," and you generate and you listen, you're like, "Yay or nay." Or you can just say, "Here, like you generate it for me." Program, and I've done it with and I'll send it to you the Choey wipes, which which is a commercial he was talking about earlier. That was completely AI generated, and I'll send that to you. That was I still love that. That's still hilarious. It's catchy as can be, but yeah, no man, you can do a lot with it. So kids would love it. Especially what is
Have
that?
you
15-year-olds? Is that sophomore?
Yeah,
14, 15,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, 15, 16, yep.
Yeah, some might be
have
driving.
have you shared him the little short you did with Donald Trump and Joe Biden?
Did I share you the one where they're yelling at each other, calling the other one old?
No.
I'll
You have
give
to
that
send
to
him
you.
that
Yeah.
one. That was pretty funny. I laughed at that one still.
Did you I don't think did you laugh at the Morgan Freeman one, Joey? Or was that
It
too
was
much for you?
it was all right. It was just kind of like
No, I'll see the Joe Biden Trump one. But no,
and then
like
the Disney one going bad too was a good one.
oh, you like that one?
The Mickey Mouse therapist one.
It was cartoons on that's completely adult. But yeah, I'll send you both of those. Like it was you have to hear it to understand it, whatever. But sorry, man, took over your thing, dude. You were telling me you did some like CDL training, or I thought you said you had a lot of stuff to talk about. I thought.
Well, I'm not really sure how to phrase this or how to like frame this, but I kind of want to talk about how much summer work do you think teachers should be expected to do when they're not getting paid for it in the summer?
How much? Not a lot. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not getting paid for
because
it.
this summer I feel like there has been an awful lot. It's not I feel like there has been a lot of expectations about completing work that has not been financially compensated. So I kind of already mentioned that, I'm still working on this GT 30-hour course over here, which was, unstipend. And then, the other thing was the CDL, right? So if either of you guys had to get your CDL license for coaching or teaching or any of that stuff?
Nah.
Nope.
So
It's
hey,
that's
real,
the CDL
real
course.
quick, just quick pause, right? So my dad, did I tell you my dad used to be a coach? My dad,
Yeah, I think you mentioned that. Yeah.
so years ago, Choey he told me he wanted to be a coach. And I remember laughing at him, and he's like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "Dude, you're gonna work your off." I was like, "It's a lot of work, man." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't care. I want to coach." And then he did one of those bus things. He had like an away game, and came back, like on a Thursday, and he was just like, "Man, this is messed up." And I was like, "I told you, but sorry, dude. No. So we don't drive buses."
Yeah, I never in a million years thought I'd end up driving a school bus. I can tell you that much. But apparently that's what we're doing now. So, but the CDL course is what it is. I mean, it's what it is. You sit and and you have to watch videos and more videos and more videos, and then you get to do a little bit of driving, and then at some point you take the test over it all. It's like a week and a half worth of classes, and then you have to go and schedule your test or whatever. But really, what was more annoying than having to do that for the last 2 weeks of summer was the process that it took to be able to take it in the first place. You guys have much experience with the DMV?
Limited.
Lately, because I got my oldest just got his license last year officially, and then I got the next one up who's gonna have to take it. Like you got to schedule appointments way, way far in advance now.
Yes, way in advance. Yeah, for sure. And so it's, taking what already everybody knows to be a headache and making an even bigger headache. You would think it would streamline things, but really I don't know how streamlined it made things. Well, I went to the DMV, right, because they told me that I couldn't do the CDL course unless my license reflected my current address. So I'm like, okay, easy enough. I'll go online and, we'll change the address online. It should be easy enough. Well, I went and I thought I did that. And so I showed up on Monday to go take the CDL written test, which you have to take before you can take the actual course, right? And that's over a 178-page document that you've got to study and learn. So I show up to take the test, and they're like, "Oh no, your address still isn't changed." And I was like, "Yes, it is." And so anyway, it wasn't changed apparently. So I went in, I found another website, changed the address there. Apparently that wasn't the right one either. So they're like, "Well, you're going to have to go to the DMV then." So I go to schedule an appointment with the DMV, and of course, like, it's months in advance. So, now we're trying to figure out how they can get me into the DMV to go do an address change. So we finally get an appointment anyway. I wait all day, and I go up there in the afternoon. And they're like, "Well, our system's down. It's like a statewide system outage. So we can only do so much today, but you're going to have to come back again tomorrow and schedule another appointment." So I'm like, there's 45 minutes each way for me to get to the DMV and to my district. So I'm already like 3 trips out of an hour and a half in, just trying to change my address so that I can take the pre-test, so that I can take the CDL course. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's been so much the last few weeks, but eventually got that done. Had to go take all the tests and then spend the time actually watching the videos. And I have 2 days next week, and then I take the actual driving portion of the test after that. And then they tell you about halfway through the week that after you do the whole CDL process here, you then have to go and take an additional 20-hour course after that. So yeah, I'm starting to feel like a lot of my summer's being taken up here.
Why are you doing it now? Like, did you have your CDL license before?
No,
or somebody else driving the bus?
Yeah, no, the assistant coach was driving the bus last year. Yeah, but when I took the job at the beginning of last year, the understanding was at some point I would have to go and get a CDL. So we're at that point, I suppose.
Oh my gosh, nah, dude.
Remember. Anyway, it does bring into question. Like, I would say over the summer we've done about 4 weeks worth of like unpaid summer work so far. So it's like, it's starting to feel like a lot. And I was just wondering how you guys felt about that, or if you have any experience of things like that, and do you think that I feel like there should be stipends, right, and people should be getting paid for their time, but yeah.
Well, I'll go first, and then Choey can chime in. For the longest time, I didn't understand, like, because we get paid over that 12-month cycle, right? And as somebody had to explain, no, we don't get paid for the summer. We just get paid over the summer. So we're not getting paid to do nothing. It's just our contract runs 12 months or whatever, right? The stuff I told my team leaders, it's like, I'm not gonna check my email till August 1st. I was like, y'all just, like, when people email me, I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's summertime, but or at least maybe now this year I've kind of been like the last week of July. I've been taking training. Now I get paid for it, but I get CPE hours, stuff. So it's like, and that'll help me come school year. But yeah, I know what you mean, man. If I had to do all that nonsense, I'd be upset, upset. Like, completely. But what about you, Choey?
I think it's stupid. I'm not for any of that kind of stuff, but I understand where they come from. They basically, the argument is that, hey, well, in order for you to be eligible to get certain pay, you got to do this other stuff, which I'm like, those rules are always made by people that are getting paid
a lot of money.
Like, yeah, like you get your CFO or whatever their title is, basically the money person that comes out and makes all those rules and says, oh, for this, well, they need to understand. And it's like, well, you also need to understand you're getting paid like double what everybody else is paid. Yeah. So how about you put your money where your mouth is and maybe give some more money to these people, and nobody will complain. But I don't know. Those are those rules that you're stuck having to go with because somebody else who's higher up, who doesn't necessarily care, doesn't necessarily want to know, is making those rules.
Do you have a deadline when you have to get your license?
No, just ASAP.
Hey, as soon as you can. Okay.
To be honest, it's kind of overdue, and I'm not really overly upset about it. It's just starting to feel like a lot this summer. That's all. So I don't know if you guys were doing things this summer either. It was just me.
Have you ever driven a bus? Well, dude, I know what you were doing the first part of the summer.
Yeah, we were watching the Euros.
That's how we met each other. Hey, quick, and I'll end up editing this and put it on like another episode the next week. Here's a little did you know, Choey, right? And I didn't know. Me and him, we went to where did we go? Freetail. We went to Freetail, right? And it was like a Tuesday. It's like a middle of the week, and we were watching Spain, France. And I remember when all that rain hit, like
Yeah.
so like there was like power out, well not power outages, maybe there were, but like it really affected the satellite. And so we went there to watch it on the big screens, and we ended up surrounding this table because people had it, like some dudes had it up on their computer or laptop and whatnot. So here's my did you know? I never realized, although it makes sense now, how many dudes or teachers that watch sports over and drink at the bar over the summer. And that's how we met, man. We just kind of like I like the one of the first games I went to at Winchester. I just was walking around meeting people, and I saw him, and then like a week later or a couple days later, he showed up for another game, and I was like, hey, and then we've been pretty cool since, you know. But that's funny, man. Like a lot of teachers drink over the summer, you know.
Yeah, who can blame them? Yeah, that was funny though. We walked up to that one table, right, and literally everybody was a teacher and a coach.
Yeah, there was at least
like,
4 of them, man.
Yeah, it was
and actually,
nuts.
and there was one guy that was an ex-teacher. Like I forget what he's like an instructor. He's not even a teacher, but he's like, yeah, I used to be a teacher, and I'm like, what the hell? It's like, and not only that, they're all like, because they're dudes. You know, I'm the only. Well, I used to coach years ago, but like everyone's a coach. You know, most of you guys are high school, and I was like, yeah. One of my nieces, she's about to be a freshman, and she was saying that she's telling me, she's like, Uncle, you're lucky you don't have to teach people my age, and I'm like, I'm not lucky, I'm smart. I purposely didn't want to teach teenagers, you know. I made sure I didn't want to be around 8 hours a day, you know.
Like I told you, man, like every green hole has its pros and its cons. It depends upon. You gotta take the good with the bad.
Hey, I'm gonna share the screen. I want to do a little personality quiz with you there, dude. We're going to figure out which type of alcohol you are. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So we got 6 questions. So you pick your food. What's your favorite food? Pizza, nachos, pasta, salad, burger, or ramen noodles?
Dude, we're going pizza on that one.
All right. Next question. Pick a word that describes you: smart, fun, cool, bored, unique, or wild.
Oh man, let's go with cool.
Cool. All right. Pick an activity: eating, sleeping, watching TV, dancing, talking, or running.
Oh, that's running, man. That's an easy one.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah, you didn't know Choey. He used to do you still do triathlons, right?
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
God dang.
All right. Pick an animal out of these 6 choices: panda, goat, penguin, giraffe, turtle, or whale.
Huh. Let's go. Let's go goat. It's got the biggest text. I'm gonna go with goat.
All right. Pick a sport. I feel I should know this already.
Yeah.
Baseball, soccer, football, basketball, hockey, or golf.
Yeah. We're going soccer for sure.
Yeah. Or world football. You know. And then I think this is the last question. No, it's 2 more questions. What's the ideal number of people to invite to a party for you? 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 50, or as many as possible?
Well, I think every year this one goes down. So I think
You
I'm
got 0 to
currently
5?
maybe in the 6 to 10 person. I think is about where I'm at in life right now.
All right, and then your last question. Pick a Disney character here: Little Mermaid, Talking Teacup, Dragon from Mulan, The Lion King, Snowman from Frozen, or the Talking Tree in Pocahontas.
Let's go the Lion King.
All right, and you, sir, are champagne.
Oh, I
You're
didn't see that coming.
luxurious. You're perfect to have around when it's time to celebrate. You're classy and bubbly. By the way, I redid this yesterday, and I came out as whiskey. So, classic, down to earth. That people want to be around me and just hang out and be real. But nah, just
I'll only be champagne if it's champagne before lunchtime.
well, dude. Well, me and Choey, I think we were like beer last. We did it last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was,
we were
I
like
think
beer.
I think I was a beer. And I was like, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I actually was. I was depressed. I wasn't beer. I
Yeah.
was
I'm
like, I
quite
wanted.
certain it was going to be IPA, but you know.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it is what it is. But nah, it's cool. So what do you think there, dude? we just like to do, stupid. We like to make the second half a little more fun, a little more, stupid talk.
Yeah,
Make
it's
fun
fun,
of
man. You
things.
guys have a good show. Like I said, I checked out the ones you sent me already. It's entertaining. You guys have a fan base across the globe. It's
Well,
exciting.
I mean, I don't know. We still joke. We don't know if it was on purpose or on accident, but it's there. Maybe they stumbled across us or what. But
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate. Just to some of the gripes and celebrations that come with our profession. You know what I mean? It's relatable. There's lots of good things and lots of challenging things that come with being in education, and I think like being able to talk about that, make fun of some of the things, but also like be able to discuss some of the things that are a little bit more important. Like those are good things. You know what I mean? It's conversations that people are having and celebrations that people are enjoying and challenges that people are facing. So it's definitely a good topic, and it's relatable.
so I go back to like this was Choey's idea to do a podcast, right? And then like I kind of he always says he created a monster. Like I went way out of it, right? But he's got this. He has this awesome idea, and we got a lot of ideas, and maybe this one will come true. Germany was the first country besides U.S. to listen to us, so there's always like an idea, like, hey, maybe one of these years in the future we go do a show in Germany, just like chilling, like just talking to them. But now it'd be cool to like branch out more to like meet international teachers, get
Yeah.
stories and stuff like that. But
Yeah, keep going to the soccer games. You'll find somebody from Germany you can invite on.
oh, dude, man, hey, I was gonna bring this up. You remember that final, right? How many people do you think were at that final, by the way? 200 plus
At the
at
Winchester.
Winchester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there. Yeah.
I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder. Like it was hard to move, but I invited a lot of people. So I spent a lot of the game, well, the half times and stuff, right? And before the game, just walking around talking. And one of the people that came, her name was T, and gosh, she would probably remember better, but she was laughing at me, or kind of because I knew so many people. It's funny, like by the finals, I mean that was like my fifth game there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sixth game there, and so like I mean I knew like so many people, like I knew like half the bar. I feel like and so just walking around talking to people, but
Yeah, you
they're
were
all
also
England
like the
fans
first.
though,
You were also like the first person there every time.
Yeah, that wasn't fun, but it had to be,
I think
actually,
Winchester. I think
I
the
want to
Winchester
pop.
probably owes you a beer or two, to be honest with you, with the amount
I,
of people you brought in.
I need actually, I want to go pop in at some point and just talk to Sam, man. Even though that bar is a Liverpool bar, right? And I'm completely opposite of a Liverpool fan. I still feel like popping in every now and then just to say hey, because they were pretty cool to us,
Yeah, they were. It was a good place to be. Good atmosphere.
Hey, all right. Let me actually go share my screen here. We're getting ready to wrap this up. Joey, you got anything you want to add?
It's a negative Ghost Rider.
It's a negative Ghost Rider. We got to. Hey, dude, how old are you again?
Too old.
Well, Joey and I are 44. You're around our age, right?
Yeah, I just had my 41st birthday this past week.
Okay, so that means that you could probably get a lot of our pop culture references, right? Like you'd understand a lot. Yeah. All right. I got two more things here, and then we're gonna end. There's my mouse. All right. Here's a little known fact. Wilson from Castaway first starred in Top Gun in a supporting role during the volleyball scene. Did you guys know that?
Is it the same ball? I feel like it's a long way to go.
I don't know, dude. I just made it up. Did you know 85% of stats are all made up?
I thought it was 34.
That's the joke. You just make up a number.
I thought it was
But
34.
I'm going to end on this little...
That's on the wet wipe at the Hooters.
I'm going to end on this inspirational quote, and then I might find that Choey Wipes commercial just for, or at least a song for the dude before we leave, right?
You gotta send him the link because the video makes it too.
Oh yeah, I'll send you the video. The video is better. You're right.
The little dancing toilet paper roll.
The video is better. All right, so this is a teacher quote. Now I put summer in parentheses because it's summertime, right? But Sunday is a teacher's time of rest. The rest of the laundry, the rest of the housework, and grade the rest of the papers, right? Like the dude was just saying, man, we've been working, even in summertime, people don't realize. We probably rest that month of June, and then people start getting back into stuff, And then if you're like Choey, you work 4 days a week anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, pretty much year round.
All right, Choey, you want to do that social media plug stuff before we end
Wait,
it?
oh, yeah, I'll do it. I killed off that window, so if I miss one, that's my fault. So you can follow us on social media at Choey, at Choey and Jan, at CHOEY, letter NJAN on X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, MySpace. Did I get them all?
I haven't messed with MySpace in a while, but yeah. Hey, you haven't know I've started putting stuff back on. I'm backtracking to get our YouTube stuff caught up again, and then got a surprise you for season 3, dude. Can you drop by more often or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty open on Saturdays around this time.
All right, we'll figure some stuff out before the even if we get some special stuff from you, like and have to I'm the one that has to edit and chop stuff, put it together, so it really doesn't matter, But all right, man, I'm going to pull the plug on this there, Choey. And
Sounds good,
then when
sir.
I stop the recording, please nobody leave, or at least nobody close your computer.
All right.